today's morning power call. This is going to be a quick one. This is going to be a good one, but I hope this will be an insightful one. I'm going to be stealing things from the pages of your favorite superheroes to help pave out and point the way for you to become the best possible copywriter possible. Before we dive in, and again, I'm assuming the audio works. If it doesn't, let me know inside of the chats. I'm paying attention. But before we dive in, quick announcements. If you haven't realized, I'm constantly updating the beginner boot camps. I'm putting the announcement, the updates, and keeping you guys informed by listing it out inside of the announcements channel. So keep an eye on that. We've got new videos coming either today or tomorrow for the entire step 3 section where I teach you how to find and partner with businesses. It's new content. It's updated. There's no conflicts. There's no questions. It's going to be really easy for you guys to go through it. Everybody in the campus, if you've finished the boot camp or you're in the middle of step 3 right now, you need to watch these videos from the beginning because they're going to massively upgrade how fast and effective you can go through and find your first client. Which brings me up to a special point here. Now, if we think back and you think about all your favorite superheroes from when you were a kid growing up, or even now, man, you can still, as men, we appreciate the idea of a hero, right? And the story of a hero. When I was a kid, I loved the Batman movie, though. Like the Batman Begins, Christian Bale. That was my superhero movie as a kid. And in that movie, he's like some rich kid, spoiler rich kid, parents die or whatever. He's going to Princeton. He's all moody and angsty. And then he decides to make himself into something more, right? He decides to become more than just an average person and to go out on this quest to understand the criminal mind so he can turn around and fight them and save the city. So he dumps everything, leaves all of his money behind and goes out, travels the world, becomes a criminal in Asia, gets arrested, goes to prison. He's learning all these martial arts skills. He's fighting. He gets recruited into this weird cult / paramilitary unit. He learns all that, he does all that crazy training where he's fighting and 5 people are attacking him and he's falling over these giant posts and random stuff like that. He goes through some intense training, right? You see him train throughout the film. He gets back, he becomes a Batman, right? He trains while he's the Batman, improves, right? There's other movies, right? I remember as a kid going ape crazy over cool training scenes. You watch the Rocky films and Rocky's some average guy in some average city in America, and he decides to become a great fighter. He goes through a really, really intense training session to become that amazing guy, right? All of your heroes, all of the cool ones, right? Yeah, the Spider-Mans of the world who get bit by some random spider and they get their powers. That's not so cool. For us as men, when we watch, when we see a cool training scene in a movie or read about it in a story, we go crazy. I personally never watched the Dragon Ball Z stuff, but I know I've heard people talk about how cool the training scenes are in those movies and stuff. Now, there's better things to sit around and to watch movies, but there are lessons that you can pull from this, right? As a human being, we understand, on a fundamental level, that to be amazing, to be a superhero, to be super powerful in any given thing, it requires a corresponding level of intense training and intense difficulty, right? You must put yourself through difficulty to earn hero status, right? We know this. It's basic human. We just kind of understand this on in our DNA on a fundamental level. Now, let's bring this idea back to copywriting and tell me, be honest with yourself. What does your training scene, what does your training sequence look like for copywriting? Did you just watch a couple videos? Maybe type some words into a Google Doc once or twice? What are you actually doing to become a great copywriter? Because I can tell you that the same thing applies here. If you want to become a superhero copywriter, you need to do superhero copywriting practice. And you don't need to lock yourself into your room and just practice for 24 hours. You don't have to do anything crazy or bizarre to do this. But there's a significant amount of time and effort you need to invest into your training and to actually improve your skills and your marketing IQ so that you can say, yeah, I'm a successful, I can actually write copy. I can actually help businesses, right? I'm actually going to talk about this tomorrow. I already have tomorrow's topic planned out. I'm excited to bring that one to you as well. But today, if you want to become an actual good copywriter, if you want to become a good marketer, you've got to go through the training sequence. Yeah, you watch the boot camp, you do the missions. That's just the beginning, right? Batman did his cool initial training. He learned a bunch of cool stuff, but he didn't just stop working out. The man trained relentlessly, right? In the story, right? All of the great superheroes, they don't just get to the top and just be yeah, I made it. I went through my initial thing. I don't have to work out or train again. I'm about to go train physically because I want to become a superhero as well, right? As a copywriter, you must continue to improve your skills. And one of the best ways to do this, and this is kind of a sneak peek from the updated How to Partner with Businesses content, is when you enter a new niche Let's say you decide to start working with life coaches or accountants or whatever. The first thing you should do before you start like collecting a prospect list and all that stuff is you should pick the top 1 to 3 players in that space and then break down their copy, break down their funnels, break down who they're marketing to, break down their story as best you can tell, break down their social media content, and see how they're targeting their people. Like if they're successful and they've got a huge following and they're making a lot of money, how are they so successful? What emotions are they targeting? Who are they targeting? What are they using to trigger authority? Analyze these top performers, put some time and effort into it, because you'll walk away. That's a mini superhero training sequence. You walk away with the insights you need to really help businesses in that niche, right? Just one tiny example. Are you breaking down copy from your swipe file? Like is in the daily checklist? Are you taking some time every day? And it doesn't have to be a lot. It can just be 10, 15 minutes to sit down, analyze a super or high-performing sales letter from the past or a current updated funnel that's working really well. Are you taking time to analyze that and practice writing copy every day? Are you actually doing that? Are you putting in the effort to become a superhero copywriter? Or are you just did you just do a couple things and just hope that, okay, magically now you can be an actual world-class high-level copywriter? Make up your mind. What do you want to be? Do you want to be an average copywriter, or do you want to be a super successful one? Because if you want to be a super successful one, you're going to start training like one. You're going to start investing your time and energy into improving yourself so that when you actually go out there to do copywriting, you'll actually be capable. Imagine Batman, but he never trained. You just decided he'd be the guy wearing hockey pants, right? That's the whole story, right? You've got to decide to be the man, and you've got to be willing to put yourself through the trials and the difficulty and the hard work and the preparation, the training you need to become the man. So guys, keep that in mind. Go out there and train to become superhero copywriters. Don't stay average. Become super amazing. Become a superhero by doing superhero training. I'll talk with you guys again tomorrow. It's been a good one. It's been good talking to you guys. Let's go out. Let's get it. Talk to you guys again tomorrow.